John, the last 12 months of this Aston Villa team needs to be documented. You're now 3 wins in 3 games in the Champions League, 3 clean sheets as well. And I just want to know how you're feeling right now as you lot are riding this momentum.
Yeah, it's amazing. Obviously, I missed out on the last night here at Villa Park, but 3 games in, 3 wins, and most importantly for us as a team, no goals conceded. So it's been really good. Is that right? No goals conceded?
You're right, mate.
Am I right? But it's been a hell of a ride and a journey, but we don't want to stop here. We've got another few tough games. Puts us in a great position, but we're ready to keep going. The good thing tonight, Bubba was back in the squad, Tyrone was back in the squad, and we now look really strong.
You took the words right out of my mouth. That was my next question, because I was going to ask about those boys and looking at the depth of that squad. What does that do for you as one of the leaders on this team?
Makes it harder to play 90 minutes. You're looking around at the bench. It just means you can leave absolutely nothing out there. Give it as much as you can, and there's absolute quality on the bench. International players, Bubba, Tyrone, they've been through so much. So for them to come back into the squad and to add what we're building here is amazing. So great to see Bubba back and hopefully Tyrone soon.
I've been covering this game for a long time, and I say you have to look a long way to see a better relationship between fans and a player. They love you here, Super John McGinn. You tell me about the way that they love you and the energy it gives you, man.
Well, it's home for me now. This is my 7th season, I think. We've had our ups and downs. It's been an absolute roller coaster, but the fans crave success. They love to be at the top end of European football, and for me, it just keep jumping up the levels with the clubs makes the relationship easy. So 2.5 years more, and hopefully we can keep climbing. Might be a bit of an ask, but let's see what we can do.
Hey, never look too far, man. Continues, man. Appreciate you, John.
Yeah. I love that. 3 clean sheets, right? Absolutely, 3 clean sheets. And he says that's the most important part of this. But those 3 wins that have propelled Aston Villa to the top of the league so far are so important. And everything that Unai Emery is doing with this team, the rotation, the leadership, it's just class watching it all round. John Duran as well, a man of the match performance for him. Picking up a goal as well, just as he was about to get subbed off. Ollie Watkins was waiting in the wings. What did he say? He came over to say hello. You have a good relationship with him, don't you, Rio?
Yeah, no, he's a lovely boy, you know. He just wants to play football. I said to him, what was you so angry when you came off for? Because we saw the pictures during the game, and he said,
Yeah.
10 more minutes, 1 more goal. The kid just wants to score. The number 9 on his back, he looks like a hungry kid who just all he wants to do is play football and score, and he's happiest when he's out on the pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 goals in 2 Champions League performances for him. So really through all of those moments. But in the meantime, we have Youri Tielemans joining us. Wow, that was pretty special. How are you? How was that?
Yeah, I'm good. It's a bit tired. But yeah, no, I'm very happy. We got a brilliant win tonight. It was a tough opponent, like always in these competitions, and yeah, obviously very happy to get the win.
There is something special happening with Aston Villa at the moment under this manager, and it feels like you're going from strength to strength, and you seem to gain more confidence every time we see you at the biggest stage as well in the Champions League. Is that what it feels like?
Yeah, it does feel like that. I think the manager is really onto us. He wants us to keep improving, to keep raising the bar every game, and we keep learning every game as well, and yeah, so far we're doing really well.
You personally, I think you seem to have gone to another level now. I think you're playing at a really high standard. Your ball retention, when you're pressed, you're able to resist that and break the lines. What's been the catalyst for that for you? Is it the club, the teammates, the manager?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you, because it's always good to be recognized in that, and yeah, I always try to improve myself. Obviously, we've had some really good work with the manager last year, and keeping this year the pre-season, and he always gives you those challenges, you know, in the game to beat your opponent, and especially tonight where we have an opponent that plays man-to-man, and he really wants us to beat our opponents, to drive at them, and I think we did that really good tonight.
Youri, you can see I've got, look, Tielemans breaking the lines, midfield. So, like, is that you feel you get the ball, you need to make those yards in midfield, because you look really confident today. You drew your marker on, and then when you get past him, it opens up for you, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's what the manager asked of me tonight, and of all the midfielders. Like I said, we knew they were going to come sort of man-to-man, and we had to beat our opponent, and whether it was a pass or a drive at them, and I think we did really well, but I like to break lines with either passes or beat my opponent, so yeah, I like that.
So, you played behind 2 really top young talents, Duran and Morgan Rogers.
Yeah.
Talk us through the qualities of both of those 2 players. Different?
Yeah, they are different. I think John Duran is more of a target like striker, but he's got everything. He's got technique, he can hold the ball, he can flick on as well in the air. He's really good. He's an all-round striker, and he's really young. He's still got to improve a lot in his game. You can see sometimes where you've got to switch him on a bit more, and that's what we demand from him, but he's doing really well. And then Morgan, he's more so into the pocket, and I always joke with him because I call him my pocket, because I need him in that pocket to make those passes. And you can see he's very intelligent, and he can drive at players. He's got the ability to turn and to make us going forward.
There's so much healthy competition within the team now. We were talking pre-match about all the options that you got coming off the bench. One thing that really made us laugh was how annoyed John Duran was to be subbed off at that moment. He almost got subbed off just before he got the goal, and Ollie Watkins was waiting, but he came off and he was hitting the seats in front of him. He was furious. What is he like as a character? Because I've heard from very good authority he's a handful off the pitch as well.
Yeah, it can be. I think he's really funny inside.
Look at that face.
I'd hate to be sitting in front of him right now.
I think sometimes he plays a bit with it as well. But no, listen, he's
It's interesting, the manager doesn't react, does he?
No, the manager doesn't care. I think
he's almost happy, isn't he? That
yeah, exactly. He knows everyone wants to play, and it's part of the game.
And what about you guys and your expectations of the Champions League? Because I think it's fair to say not many people would have thought after 3 games that Aston Villa, having just come into the Champions League, would be top of the table, and that is really impressive.
Yeah, it is impressive, but we've just got to keep going, keep enjoying every game, and we've got still some tough fixtures coming up, so we just got to keep ourselves both feet on the ground and keep going like we do.
Youri, thank you so much for spending
Thank
some
you
time
very
with
much
us.
for having me.
Go and enjoy your celebrations
Thank
with
you.
your teammates.
Thank you.
Wish everybody the best of luck for the next game as well against
Bye-bye.
Club Brugge. Take care. Thank you so much. Look, they've got winnable fixtures coming up as well, as I just mentioned there. And the next one, the Champions League, Club Brugge, Juventus as well. It could actually get to the point where Aston Villa are a serious player in this season's Champions League, couldn't it? If
Well,
they're not
I mean,
already.
they already are. I mean, Bournemouth at the weekend. Then there's a few Spurs away, Liverpool away.
Yeah.
So easy games for us.
Nice easy games.
Oh.
No, not really, not at all. So, like, but I think they're just going through the gears at the right time, and everybody coming available. Kamara coming off the bench, I thought he did really well actually when he came on. Really nasty injury. McGinn back from a hamstring. So it's all looking really rosy for them. Competition for places. Maatsen at fullback,
Oh, I thought he was
getting
excellent today.
flying forward, look really composed. Luca Dini's looking over his shoulder now, and as a manager, that's what you need first: competition from within.
Martin, let's look how they did it then, and the first goal coming from John McGinn, the captain, who got back into the side tonight.
Yeah, I mean, a lovely ball in, great for him. I'm really pleased for him. He's probably been here the longest out of this group, and he's come through a lot of things. He puts it into that corridor of uncertainty. I did wonder, actually, if Ross Barkley, also coming off the bench, another really good signing, might have got a touch there. I don't think he has. I think it's almost gone straight through, and goalkeeper reacted slowly, and then that gets them off. They look comfortable. As soon as they got that goal, looked really comfortable, and they just took charge of this match.
It's difficult for the goalkeepers there. I think they're expecting a touch or anticipating a touch, and it doesn't come, and it's so difficult for a keeper when the ball is that good. And I think that's the detail. The quality of the ball creates the uncertainty.
The timing of it was good as well, like, just to settle. Not that they had any nerves, but they put so much pressure on in the first half. They really needed that goal. They were rewarded by it. And then obviously John Duran as well, proving exactly what we're saying. He can be such a tricky player to play against, Rio, getting the second goal.
Yeah, he can. I mean, this is a really well-worked goal. I think Carlos with a fantastic ball through the middle. The ball comes across to him here, and he slices it back the other way. It's a fantastic run from Morgan Rogers, who's done this all day. And then it's about the quality of the pass. But we're going to look at this movement. Well, it's not even really movement, but the situation what arises in the middle of that penalty box there. The ball comes. Watch the keeper around the 2 players in the middle. I think that they're from the same country. They know each other well. But this is here.
Teammates,
yeah, Colombia. But this is what, as a defender here, I'm sitting there going, you know what, you can't get your hands on me there. The moment the centre forward gets his hands on you and he's as strong as you, or somebody who is maybe even stronger than you, I don't think you can allow it. So I'm the defender, and the forward gets his... Calm down, Martin. The forward gets his hands on you. I'm immediately separating. I want space. Then I can step in front, and then it's about anticipation, and it's not about physicality. It's about reading it and being quick on your toes and anticipating the situation, giving yourself that yard. The moment he's got his hands on me there, like this, and we're fighting, and he's maybe arguably stronger, he then becomes the man in the lead here, and it's about anticipation, and you get there, the strength plays a big part.
I think the unused subs there that are just trying to like warm down are just taking a few pointers from your, your demonstration
If they
there.
want us to come over there and give them a coaching session, we're ready. We're available after this.
And it's interesting because when this, you know, during the match, okay, this fella was doing really well against Duran, but and he's winning a lot of challenges. But you know what? When it comes in the box, that's the one I have to win. And you're right, he has to separate himself. His body shape's not right. He should be slightly in front there, anticipating, and he gets bullied.
Yeah, and that's where it matters. In them areas there, you can. That's the life of a defender, by the way. The life of a defender is you can be so dominant throughout the game, right? The first 45 minutes, he dominated the centre forward there, Duran, and would have been on a buzz, on a high. Comes out second half, and all of a sudden you're on the back foot, and the player you're against.
To me, in my career, I couldn't sleep for 2 nights after that.
Really?
Because that's bread and butter. I've got to be first. I can win all those headers, tackles everywhere outside the box, but in here, this is where we make our money.
And that's where you train week in, week out. They're fundamentals, basics. Get yourself in the right body positions. Don't let someone pin you. If a centre forward gets hold of you in the box, he is the dominant force then.
Good demonstration, guys.
Thanks.
I enjoyed that. I hope it's the same next time as well. You're up in the game, aren't you? All right, guys, we're going to hear from the boss, Unai Emery, after this very quick break. Again, going in at half-time, 0-0, coming back in the second half and killing off the game. A great performance for him and his team here at Villa Park in the Champions League. Aston Villa's long-awaited return to the Champions League started off in style, 3-0 against Young Boys. Tielemans, Ramsey and Onana all getting on the score sheet in that game. And then a big challenge, a much tougher one against Bayern Munich, but John Duran there beating Neuer. A brilliant night here at Villa Park. And to add to that, another brilliant night tonight with a 2-0 win against Bologna, with John McGinn and John Duran once again also getting in on the goals. He knows everyone knows his name. It was a good start for him. They're only on 4 points at the moment. That was a draw against PSV Eindhoven. They were 1-0 down in that game. But the biggest comeback of the night goes to Real Madrid. They were 2-0 down at half-time against Borussia Dortmund at home and managed to stage such a brilliant comeback with Vinicius Jr. getting in a hat-trick in that one. Let's have a look at the Champions League table then. As it stands, Aston Villa are the first to 9 points. You can see them there, top left of your screen. Monaco second, Sporting, Arsenal, Dortmund. More games tomorrow, of course. We'll see who next gets maximum points. Okay, right, well, let's find out who the orchestrator of that game was, of course, Unai Emery, and exactly what he thinks of his team's performance. He's been speaking with JD Dyer.
I know you're locked in because you're still probably thinking about what a great performance it was for you tonight. But when we spoke at the beginning of this week, we spoke about consistency and wanting to keep those standards. I say to you now, 3 games, 3 wins, 3 clean sheets. So how does the boss feel?
Good evening. Yes, we are playing seriously. We are playing focused, responsible, and the team is progressing, being mature in everything. And of course, we showed it today. We played a match respecting them, trying to have the control like we want with our idea, trying to get good positioning, try to progressively break their press man-to-man. And we had chances the first half. Of course, we conceded something the first 15 minutes, but we reacted very well. And I think Champions League is very difficult. Europe is very difficult. We were speaking before the match and the dressing room. Last year, we played here in Conference League against Risky, and we won the last minute. Against Asset Almar 2-1, we came back to the result. Against Legia Warszawa, always is difficult at home. In Europe, and of course Champions League more. And we had to try to be consistent in our game plan in 90 minutes, and I think we did today fantastic, playing really brilliant, being serious.
I want to ask you just a few housekeeping questions, which is just, Onana was taken off at half-time. Was that an injury, was that a precaution, or was that a tactical decision from yourself?
Tactical decision, and as well he had some pain, not clear, but I decided tactically, and of course not getting risk with him. And Ross Barkley as well, every minute he's playing, really always helping the team, and today he played 45 minutes as well, being fantastic his performance.
And the last question I have to ask you is about the headache that was a good headache for you as a manager when you have a quality talent in John Duran and, of course, the quality talent that is Ollie Watkins, and balancing those minutes. John makes a statement again tonight. You as a manager, I call it a good headache for a reason, because you have to balance these two high-quality strikers.
Yes, of course, they are working well. The commitment to help the team with their quality and trying to understand well as well their moment individually and sometimes collectively. When he watched it, he was thinking to change him. He accelerated and he scored the goal. It was fantastic. And he was asking me more because he's thinking he could score more goals. But okay, you did a very good work, and the next time is the next minute is for Watkins, and keep going.
I like that you enjoyed his celebration.
Thank you. Bye.
Quality as well was.
Okay, Unai Emery really enjoying his time in the Champions League with Aston Villa, and so he should. It's coming up to 2 years. It was 2 years yesterday that Steven Gerrard lost his job here, and eventually, of course, Unai Emery's taken over. And look, the stats speak for themselves. He's just been having a brilliant time here, and he's got such a solid side and a widely used squad, but like a really good bench to pick from as well. How impressed? I feel like we ask this question all the time about Unai Emery, but I feel like we can't say it enough. How impressed have you been with what he's done since he got here?
Yeah, it's nothing short of a miracle, really. I think they were a team that were kind of lost. And then all of a sudden, he's reinstilled a confidence, a belief, not only in the players, but you feel it now in the stadium. You walk around here, and there's a genuine belief that we can come here in this stadium and be comfortable that we could beat anybody. I think Ali said it in commentary. This Villa team could beat anybody on their day. And I agree with him. I don't think they're a team that you're going to say they're going to win this or win that comfortably. But you would say on any given day, because they've got players who can hurt people, and they've got a great way of playing. They have a great structure. They all know what they're doing. Tielemans here again, the orchestrator, the dictator, confidence that runs straight through the team from the goalkeepers right through to the centre forward. And it's something that you go, you know what? Teams are going to be saying, I don't know if I want to come to Villa Park and play these boys, because of the way they are at the moment with the confidence. They're hard to play against. And one thing I would say is the resilience. They have tough moments. They had tough moments in the first 15, 20 minutes today. Weathered the storm. They had it again in the weekend before, went 1-0 down and came through that. So it's not only when they're going well, even when the times ain't so good, they still manage to be calm. And like he said in his interview, there's a maturity beginning to come through into the team now.
It's quite remarkable, really. Their best league finish for 28 years last year. He's got to 50 wins in 90 games. That's the quickest any Villa manager's ever done that. He's got the best win rate, over 55% win rate. Quietly, he's taken this club back to the big time. It's been 42 years since they won the Champions League. But you know, it's like Villa. It's happening again at Villa, and there's a belief in the stadium. I've not been here this season. I missed the Bayern Munich game for some reason. I wasn't allowed to work that night. I was really, I really wanted to be here. Condolences to his family. You know what a part he played here. It's all coming back again to Villa, and nothing changes here. This pitch. You always used to love, I mean, Rio loved playing here. I did as a home player.
Only lost once.
There's something special about this stadium. And now they've got a special manager who's putting together, I mean, what he's putting together, they were fourth in the table, fourth from bottom in the table when he took over the job 2 years ago. That's incredible what he's doing right now.
I think his CV as well, Laura. I think his CV goes before him as well. Automatic respect, the trophies he's won, the way his team's played. And he can talk with utter conviction in that change room and say, listen, you lot, follow me. That's what he's saying. You lot come here, gather round and listen to what I'm saying, because he has the history, he has the way that he's played his teams and beat big teams and won trophies around Europe. These guys can only do one thing and follow, and they're going to have a chance
with this
to win.
culture, then you've got to say they are in the mix to win something, because they are producing people now. Just staying in the team. You heard McGinn say, didn't you? Look, I've got to do it now. It's hard to get minutes on this pitch. I look over my shoulder at the bench and there's quality everywhere.
Yeah. You've got a good mix as well, I think, the experienced players and also the youngsters that are coming through, the likes of Morgan Rogers, who again was brilliant tonight. Ramsey too. Look, it's all going quite well for Aston Villa, really, isn't it? Another great win for them tonight. You two have been great. Really enjoyed your company. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura.
Yeah, nice to have you back, Martin, after obviously the awkwardness. I'm joking.
Welcome. You've obviously been naughty.
No, I don't think so.
I'm not telling. Right, it's not just football on TNT Sports. Got lots more to tell you about as well, because the live sport continues into the night, and we're